Arab, you could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 15 seconds. You could also reach top speeds of 80 miles per hour. Number 9. Chrysler turbine car. Inspired by jets, the unusual Chrysler turbine car was produced from 1963 to 1964. Uniquely colored in bronze, the weird car was powered by a gas turbine engine that could run on kerosene, diesel, unleaded gasoline, or even tequila. Despite its innovation, its slow throttle response, high fuel consumption, and excessive noise made it unattractive to potential customers. The fuel economy was the most discouraging factor. It wasn't impressive. However, one major advantage of the turbine engine was that, when compared to more conventional piston engines, they were easier to maintain. Uniquely, it features an all-new design and was only available as a two-door, four-seat hardtop. Unlike other concept cars, Chrysler distributed 50 units of its turbine car to over 203 households within the space of 3 years. Potential customers were tasked with driving the car for over 3 months before they gave it to another family. Under the hood of the Chrysler turbine car was a fourth-generation Chrysler turbine. Its output stood at 130 horsepower and 425 pound-feet of twist. Notably, it came in limited production numbers. Chrysler only made 55 before the user program ended. While only 46 were available to the public, 4 others were made for the World's Fair and dealership tours. Although there are officially 9 still in existence, only 2 are actually in good driving condition. Number 8. Tesla Cybertruck. The futuristic Tesla Cybertruck looks like it was dropped off on our planet by an alien race, but its acclaimed capabilities can challenge any top-selling pickup trucks in the automotive industry. With an unconventional, sharp-edged stainless steel body, the all-electric light-duty truck looks seriously tough and weird. Initially designed as a concept car by Tesla in 2019, full production commenced in 2023. It has a bed area measuring about 6 feet long by 4 feet wide, and it can hold about 2,500 pounds of cargo. Tesla claims the Cybertruck can tow up to 11,000 pounds and has a driving range of over 340 miles per charge, an impressive distance considering the size of the truck. Like some other electric cars, the Cybertruck is capable of 11.5 kilowatts of bidirectional power, good enough to use as a generator for your house. Number 7. Amphicar Model 770. The Amphicar is a top choice on our list of unusual vehicles. Designed by Hans Trippel in Germany, this unique design was based on the idea of making car boats more widely available to the general public. It is the only civilian amphibious passenger automobile ever to be mass-produced. Most of the units of the amphibian car were sold in the United States of America. One cool feature of the Amphicar is its ability to transform from a 4-seat convertible to a seaworthy boat with the flick of a lever. In 2014, the publication Petrolicious described it as an iconic and friendly car. Notably, demand for the Amphicar never reached the heights its German designers had hoped for. It was far below their expectations. The half-car, half-boat, which was a distant descendant of the German Army's World War II-era VW Schwimmwagen, could barely manage a speed of 7 miles per hour on water, while on land, it takes around 40 seconds to accelerate to 7 miles per hour, a major design flaw. Needless to say, its single greatest demerit was that it wasn't particularly watertight. Its flotation was entirely dependent on the status of its bilge pump, as this would determine whether it could keep up with the leakage. Despite these flaws, a large number of the over 4,000 cars built between 1961 and 1968 are still on the road today. Number 6. 1968. Subaru 360. After World War II, the Subaru 362 was created with the goal of motorizing the Japanese population, therefore improving mobility within the country. Nicknamed Ladybug, it was one of Japan's most popular cars, and it was available in different variants: a 2-door sedan model, a custom station wagon, a convertible, and two sporty models. The small sedan featured both front and rear independent suspension, while also being fitted with primitive mechanical brakes and a 3-speed gearbox. To make the most out of its small engine, the 300 model was fitted with a fiberglass-made roof and a plastic rear window. The Subaru 360 had a 356 cubic capacity engine displacement. Its air cooling unit was mounted at the rear of the car. Equipped with a 3-speed manual transmission, it had a top speed of 100 kilometers per hour. It was notably the first microcar to offer seating for 4 adults. Although the first released model was not appreciated in the United States of America because of its noise and poor safety, the later models gained popularity in the country. The updated model produced less noise and improved power efficiency compared to the previous model. Subaru sold over 10,000 of its wagon models in the United States of America. Before we go on, here's our subscribers' pick. As we unveil the most unusual cars in the world, many of the features appear very intriguing. But imagine a massive truck with toilet paper for tires. Imagine rolling through the streets with this weird car and attracting strange glances from everyone. Of course, this could either be a concept car or an artificially generated image of a vehicle that can never be real. But what if it was indeed real? Would you put down a few $1,000s to purchase this kind of truck? What wacky kind of car do you wish could exist? Share with us in the comments section below. Now, let's get back to the video. Number 5. 1970 Bond Bug. The 1970 Bond Bug was one of the most unusual and remarkable vehicles of its era. The wedge-shaped three-wheeler, designed by Tom Caron of Ogle Design for Reliant Motor Company, was launched in June 1970 at Woburn Abbey, United Kingdom. Produced by parent company Reliant, the no-door Bond Bug uses a 31-horsepower engine. Unfortunately, it turned out to be too much for a car that weighs slightly less than a dish rag. Its entire cabin tilts forward for access to its 2 ergonomic seats, which are much better than the seats available in other microcars of its era. Additionally, there was more padding over the engine cowl. It allowed for an ashtray, a spare wheel, and a rubber front bumper. It's allegedly fun to drive the 1970 Bond Bug. Notably, most Bond Bugs were exclusively painted in bright tangerine, an innovation that adds to the magnificence of this awesome little British car. Because it was more expensive than most practical cars. It cost over £629, while a basic 850 cubic foot Mini, a 4-seater with considerably inferior acceleration, cost over £620. Less than 200 cars were produced as Reliant, the parent manufacturer, had to step down the production of the Bond Bug 700 models. This was done in favor of the newly released 750 Reliant Robin, which was designed to run on a 750 cubic capacity engine. Number 4. 1992 AutoZam AZ1. The 1992 AutoZam AZ1 holds a top spot among the most unusual cars ever produced. The spunky-looking little car was conceptualized by Suzuki, but built by Mazda, and officially released into the market in 1962. Production lasted until 1997, resulting in the manufacture of over 4,300 units. It is believed that production ended, partly because of the economic recession Japan was struggling with at the time, coupled with the fact that the AZ1 was far more expensive than other K-cars at the time, such as the Honda Beat and Suzuki Cappuccino. Although it had a more complex design than its contemporaries, it was notably very expensive. Its 1,049,000 yen price tag was a little cheaper than a larger-than-life, more powerful MX-5. Fewer than 4,300 of them were sold, while the Beat and Cappuccino each managed to outsell it 7 times over. The AutoZam AZ1 is an amazing car to drive. Its gull-wing doors provide the highlights of the car. Passengers can blend perfectly with its fetal Ferrari looks. Like other Japanese cars released in the 90s, The 5-speed manual gearbox is quite easy to use. The engine produced the characteristic sport car sound, unlike the dull sound that comes from a 660 cubic foot 3-cylinder car. Number 3. 1999 Isuzu V-Cross. Designed based on rugged trooper mechanicals, the spaceship-like 1999 Isuzu V-Cross is a very popular car model in Japan and the United States of America. It was intended to be a concept car, but its popularity prompted the manufacturer, Isuzu, to release it into the market. It was a very efficient off-roader designed in an attempt to win over the younger generation who wanted stylish cars. It was hard to classify as it had an unusual design. It had parts taken from other vehicles, and it looked like a mix between a mini car and a big sport utility vehicle. This unconventional design made it the talk of the town, as it did not feature the usual appearance of a vehicle of its type. For instance, the Suzuki V-Cross had integrated headlamps with marker lights, an expansive windshield, and a roof end spoiler. Unlike other sport utility vehicles, it had short overhangs, titanium fangs in the grille, as well as a spare tire in the back, which was not common to a standard sport utility vehicle. Sales were intentionally limited to the United States and Japanese markets. Only 5,958 vehicles are being produced between 1997 and 2001. 1,805 were sold in the Japanese market, while more than 4,000 were sold in the United States of America. Although not designed for off-roading, the Isuzu V-Cross did excellently well at it. Its powerful V6 engine could put out 215 horsepower, plus attributes made it perform incredibly at off-roading. The Isuzu V-Cross models price ranged from between $6,500 and $18,000. Number 2. 2022 GMC Hummer HEV. The GMC Hummer EV is one unusual behemoth. It might not be in everyone's garage, but the $100,295 electric truck can do basically everything, from highway cruising to boulder crawling. Thanks to its 4-wheel steering system, the Hummer HEV can overcome rugged terrain when off-roading, while its steel underbody armor protects the battery from damage. It was designed as an answer to those who criticized the earlier versions of the civilian Hummer. Complaints were primarily on the size and bulk of the H1 and H2, and also because both models consumed lots of fuel and were not environmentally friendly. The rise in gas prices in 2007 and 2008 intensified criticism of the earlier versions. In response to this, General Motors rolled out the all-electric GMC Hummer, a super truck that maintains the full size of a sport utility vehicle, yet offers the benefits of electric vehicles. The GMC Hummer HEV is definitely in a class of its own, thanks to its fast charging times, off-road capability, and decent power usage. The all-electric GMC Hummer EV exposes many car lovers to the perks of using electric cars since it weighs a ton, yet has long-lasting battery life. Compared to its predecessor, this Hummer is a serious upgrade. One unique feature of the Hummer HEV that distinguishes it from the rest is its powertrain function. The first edition comes with 3 electric motors, delivering a massive 1,000 horsepower and an impressive 11,500 pound-foot of torque, making it the most powerful truck in its class. Number 1. 2004 Chevrolet Supersport Roadster. One question that runs through the minds of road users when they come across the Chevrolet Supersport Roadster is the concept behind the design. It's not a car, it's not a truck, just something in between. Made between 2003 and 2006, the car had a very unusual appearance. The retro-styled retractable convertible pickup truck draws inspiration from Chevrolet's late 1940s advanced design trucks. Apart from its renowned custom design, it had huge aluminum wheels, with 19-inch rims on the front and 20-inch monsters on the back. It also had a fully retractable roof operated by a switch on its dashboard. The roof folds away in just 20 seconds, thanks to its ingenious set of hinges and panels. Its exhaust system, the 5.3-liter Vortec V8 engine, made from cast aluminum, delivers 300 horsepower and 331 pound-feet of torque. Unfortunately, the fuel consumption is about the same as other trucks of its size and weight. In spite of the marketing effort put in by its sales team, the first Super Sport Roadster 2003 models sold below expectation. Less than 9,000 units were sold out. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.